Welcome to Tete-A-Tete. Today we are standing here at the Wyndham Hotel at a wonderful event for Lupus for Passions. And standing here with me is the coach of the Jacksonville Giants,
Correct.
Kevin Waters. Waters?
Yes, okay.
Right. Now, Kevin, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us a little bit about yourself and let us know why is an event such as lupus important to you?
Again, my name is Kevin Waters. I'm the general manager, head coach of the Jacksonville Giants. We just won the national championship this past year, and I'm very excited to be here. Lupus means a lot to me. I just lost my best friend to lupus, so I'm proud and honored to be here today.
Now, I know that it has to be a very personal issue because you said that you lost a best friend of yours. How long ago, if I may ask, has that been?
It's been 5 years ago.
5 years ago?
Yes, correct.
So did he battle with the condition a lot?
Yes, he did.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so this event has a personal meaning to Kevin. We ask that you take the time out today as we bring you the Lupus Show, as we bring you this Lupus Fashion Show. It is for a divine purpose and for a good reason. We ask that you take the time out to research the disease, find out exactly who it is affecting, and then become a solution to the disease. Give to the Lupus Foundation and more to come. Thank you, Kevin, for interviewing, for taking time out. Now, is there any way that anybody, I know that you said you're with the Giants?
Correct.
It's the Giants, okay. Do you do any scouting? I'm going to get a little bit into that. Do you do any scouting for the team, or how does that work?
Yes, during the off season, it's my job to tour throughout the United States and try to find talent, for the upcoming season.
Okay, so I know you have to find a lot of talent here in Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah, I do. I had a couple ball players that came here. Antonio Lawrence, Ronaldo Norman, from Matt Fields from the Jacksonville area.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
All right, Jacksonville, be on the lookout. I have a godson over there that he's up and coming.
Okay.
Thank you, Kevin, for your time.
Again, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Welcome back to Tete-A-Tete with Kim Colette. We have here Deb Levy, our motivational speaker for today. She is going to be telling us why lupus is important to her. I am so excited about listening to what she has to say about lupus. I'm just excited. I'm also excited because you are what I call a toastie. That means we are both members of Toastmasters. Kim would like to ask you a question.
So with you being the speaker of lupus today for our fashion show, why is lupus so important to you?
Lupus is important to me because I am a lupus survivor. God gave me a voice and I can't sing a note. So I use that voice to educate others on lupus, to make everybody aware of this disease so they not only know the symptoms in case it should happen to them, but they know how it affects others.
Wow. We have a cousin that has lupus, and I never realized the severity of the disease. If I may ask a personal question, no, you can say no, I don't want to answer it. How ill did you become debilitated with the disease, or were you?
I was diagnosed with lupus when my kidneys were failing, and I didn't realize how serious it was at the time until I read my medical records, and I had stage 3 acute renal failure. And 2 months later, I developed double pneumonia, and I was hospitalized for 10 days. So it can be quite debilitating.
Oh, my God.
So what gave you the strength to want to tell your story today?
To educate others, to bring awareness. Everybody knows what the symbol of the pink ribbon is all about. I want to educate everybody so they can recognize what the purple ribbon is.
Well, thank you, Deb, for taking time out to speak with us on Tete-A-Tete with Kimberly and Colette.
Welcome.
We are so honored that you allowed us to take the opportunity to interview you. Kimberly, any last thing?
It's not really much to say, but we do appreciate you telling your story today and speaking for the fashion
Thank you
show.
very much.
Thank you. And we'll be right back.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I am honored to be here today because I accepted the invitation to be your speaker at 9:59 last night. The original guest speaker was a doctor, with the MD after his name, and unfortunately he had a family emergency. So now you have an LS, lupus survivor, as your guest speaker. I don't believe in coincidences. The man upstairs had another plan. And as I said before, I'm honored to be here, rocking my purple. I take this opportunity to show some love for the event coordinator, Kim. Let's give her some love. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I live in Melbourne, Florida. I'm originally from Mississippi, and I'm often told that I don't sound like I'm from Mississippi. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or an insult, but I'm proud of my Southern roots. I'm an only child. I'm a military veteran. I've served 30 years in the Air Force Reserve. I retired. Thank you. I retired on the 30th of April of 2011, 18 days before I was diagnosed with lupus. I guess that was a blessing because they would have kicked me out anyway. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, military veteran, distinguished Toastmaster, Red Hat Queen, but my most challenging role is that of lupus survivor. This is what lupus looks like. My purpose is to spread awareness. I want everybody to know what lupus is. I'm not a victim of lupus, but a victor. I was diagnosed in May 2011, although in hindsight, I've had symptoms for 10 years. I quickly learned all about lupus. The color purple represents lupus. The butterfly is a symbol of lupus, and May is Lupus Awareness Month. Lupus is an immune system without self-control. Your body becomes allergic to itself. We have antigens in our body to protect us from bacteria. Lupus doesn't distinguish the difference between bacteria and healthy tissue. It can attack every organ in your body. Lupus is not contagious, so you can still give me a hug, but if you have a cold or the flu, I'll take a purple rain check. There are 1.5 million Americans with lupus, and 90% of them are women. Now, doesn't that make you think lupus is a man? Lupus is very difficult to diagnose, and there is no cure. 10 years ago, I went to my doctor because my knee was swollen, but by the time I got an appointment and saw her, the swelling had gone down. So a week later, the same thing happened. I made another appointment to see her. Swelling had gone down again. So she left the treatment room and she came back with a tape measure. And she measured both of my knees to prove to me that my knees were not swollen. I was humiliated. I found another doctor. I experienced other symptoms. I had rashes, low-grade fevers, swollen lymph nodes. And then I started losing weight without trying. How cool is that? Then I began to experience foam when I urinated, and I didn't know what that meant. If you ever see that, run to the doctor. It's a sign that your kidneys are failing. But I thought I was special. I thought maybe I could go on America's Got Talent or something. So I was hospitalized, and I didn't realize how serious it was. I was joking with the nurses, because you know, every time they come in there, they want to know your name and your date of birth for every little thing. So they come ask me my name, I'd say Oprah Winfrey, you know, January 20th. Next time they come in, Michelle Obama, January 20th, you know. Third time, Tony Braxton, you know. So finally I had a kidney biopsy, and that's when I was diagnosed. And I still didn't realize the severity of it until I got a copy of my medical records. And I was diagnosed with stage 3 acute kidney failure. That is no joke. 2 months later, I spent 10 days in the hospital with double pneumonia. It's the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life. I went through a range of emotions, but one was when I was told I had lupus, I was actually excited because they finally knew what was wrong with me and could begin treatment. But today I have some advice to all of you on how to treat lupus survivors, because a lot of people make some mistakes along that way. The first thing you don't do. These are called lupus don'ts. Don't say, but you don't look sick. So many people say that to me, oh, you look so good. Okay, I still have lupus. Lupus is an invisible disease. It causes chronic fatigue. I had a friend of mine call me one day and she says, you know, I think I have lupus. And I said, really? Why? Because I'm tired. Ha 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 ha. That's not funny. That's not funny at all. The treatment for lupus is generally steroids. Steroids causes weight gain. I ran into a colonel that I used to work for, and he said to me, oh, I see you got your appetite back. That is not a compliment. So I said, yeah, got my strength back too. I had another friend told me, you know, my friend Barbara had lupus for 12 years and then she died. We don't want to hear that. Lupus is unpredictable. Oftentimes we make plans and we have to cancel them. Don't hold that against us. Trust me, we really want to make our appearances. Be understanding. There's a sign in my front door that says, lupus survivor, please remove your shoes. And I have a box of nice little slipper socks to put on when you take your shoes off. And I still have people say to me, do I have to take my shoes off? Only if you want to come inside. Support your friends and loved ones that have lupus. Educate others. Lupus survivors, you have to learn to say no. I've gotten very good at it. There are two ways that I do it. I say no, and then flash a big smile. Or I say, no, that doesn't work for me. You know, my son called me 2 weeks ago and he says, Mom, you know, I left my cell phone in my girlfriend's car. Could you bring it to me? Now, this was a 50-mile round trip. I said, no, that doesn't work for me. Lupus survivor, take your meds, get rest, and take care of you. Your life depends on it. Don't have a pity party. Lupus has made our bodies weaker, but our souls stronger. Don't be ashamed to let others know you have this disease. It's part of educating them. You're helping people because should you experience the same symptoms, you could recognize them. You'll know what to look for. So lupus in a nutshell. The L is for lonely because we often feel alone with this disease. The U is for ugly. It's just an ugly disease. The L is for purple. That's our color, and we rock it as often as we can. The U is for understanding. Make time to understand what this disease is about, and especially if you have loved ones and friends with it. The S is for support. We need support from employers, from family members, from friends. We need support from everyone. But in the meantime, along the lupus journey, choose joy. Each morning I open my eyes, I am grateful that the Lord has blessed me for another day. Choose joy, be grateful. Don't allow anyone to steal your joy because joy looks good on you. Reach one and teach one. Find someone else to teach them about lupus so they recognize and understand what we all go through. It's been my absolute pleasure to be here to speak to you today. Thank you so very much.
Right now we're going to bring a soloist, another soloist to the stage, Miss Leslie.
Winter storms have come, darken my soul. After all that I've been through, who on earth can I turn to? I
Hill, this is Darasha Hill. That's okay.
If you were falling, then I would catch you. You need a light, I'd find a match, 'cause I love the way you say good morning, and you take me the way I am. If you are chilly, here, take my sweater. Your head is aching. I'll make it better, 'cause I love the way you call me baby, and
a wonderful event. My heart is so full and overwhelmed that I was chosen and given the opportunity to film this Lupus Fashion Show. I don't know if anybody understands what I'm saying or how I'm feeling right now, but this is such a debilitating disease, and for somebody to have the passion to want to raise funds for the lupus is overwhelming for me. Wow. I've truly enjoyed the show, and we're going to end the show today with Daraja Hill.
Hi.
She is a beautiful young lady that is a singer. Oh, well, why don't you tell our audience what you do?
Well, I have a lot of hobbies. I took up guitar a few years ago and went on YouTube and learned a few chords. It's been a lot of fun. My mom sings, so for me to take up that is awesome because she helps me out a lot. So, yeah.
Wow. Now, you are a college student and you learned to play on your own?
Yes.
Wow. Now, you write songs as well, don't you?
I try. I'm not going to say I write songs, but I dabble a little bit.
Okay. Well, I know that you enjoyed Daraja's song when you saw the show earlier. She did an amazing job. But I just wanted her, before we close out today, to motivate young people that they can succeed. Is there anything that you would like to say to people your age, young kids, that may have a disease? And I know we're here for the Lupus Foundation, but is there anything that you could say to young people about not giving up and succeeding?
I would say that if you don't try, then you're already failing. You have to at least put yourself out there and give it a shot. If you don't, then you'll never know what the possibility could have been. So that's all I can say.
Try. That is the key. Thank you for watching Tete-A-Tete with Kimberly and Colette. And Kimberly is off changing her clothes because she modeled in the show. But I do thank you, and I appreciate you for taking time out to watch us. Bye. And as Kimberly always says, smooches. Smooches.
Good evening. I would like to just take this time to say thank each and every one of you for coming out and supporting the cause of lupus and to help bring awareness to this disease and to know that we are in the greatest fight of our lives and we are determined to win. Thank you.
So we are still here at the Lupus Fashion Show, and it is now ending. This is Mrs. Kim. She was over everything. She did a wonderful job with the fashion show, and as a wonderful woman, we would like to give honors to her because she did a thing out there. She did what she needed to do. She got down with it. So we want to end this show with her leaving her remarks.
Just would like to take this time to say thank you to each and every person that took part. Thank each and every person that thought not robbery to come out and support the cause, to raise awareness to lupus, and to know that my motto for this would be that I am in the biggest fight of my life and I am determined to win. Thank you.
We thank you. You've done a wonderful job with this fashion show today. And this fashion show will be every year, correct?
That is correct.
So if you wasn't here this year, you should be here next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the years after that. Because today she did a thing, all right?
Thank you.
So, smooches. Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Bye-bye.